Hey everyone, my name is David Rao and I'm the music teacher who blogs at makemomentsmatter.org. You can also find my ideas on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on a variety of places when you search for my name, David Rao, or Make Moments Matter. So tonight I am here to talk about SeeSaw, how I use it in my classroom, how I use it to communicate with parents, some extra little tools and tips and things that I have picked up along the way, and what I am trying that's new this year. So I'm just trying a couple things with SeeSaw that I'm sort of excited about, and I wanted to share those. So I'll get to that in just a second. First of all, if you're on Facebook, can you hear me? My mic has been weird. I don't know. I just want to make sure you can actually hear this. So if you could leave a comment that's like, yes, or if you're just seeing me like do this and I'm doing nothing, I hope someone is saying, no, I can hear you. And I will try and change. Oh, cool. Okay. I'll try and change my microphone on this end so maybe you can hear me better. Let's see if this will even work. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's what I thought. Maybe let me try something here. Okay, can you hear me now? Facebook, can you hear me? Let me try this. Instagram's like, we can hear you just fine, no problems. Anyway, let me try this again. So I'm here to talk a little bit tonight about SeeSaw, how I'm using it in my classroom, some things that have worked for me, some things that I'm trying out new this year. So I'm going to share some ideas, some thoughts that have worked for me, and I'll get to that in just a second. Okay, hopefully no one on Facebook is talking in the comments, so hopefully you can hear me. Don't know. Anyway, okay, so if you're curious about anything that I talk about in these videos, any resources, books, things like that, I have a page on my blog dedicated to all the links that I talk about in these videos, and you can find that either by going to my blog, makemomentsmatter.org, or you can, cool. Looks like the mic is not working well. We'll see. You can go to my blog, makemomentsmatter.org, or you can just click the link at the bottom of wherever it is you're watching or listening to this video. Melanie, thanks for responding. I'm just going to keep trying, and hopefully something works. Who knows? But anyway, it's on, so let's hope you can hear me now. I don't know. Anyway, gotta get going. So this last weekend, I was lucky enough to be at a workshop, sharing a workshop in Montana with the Treasure State Org chapter. It was a super, super fun time. And there are a couple more workshops coming up in the next couple weeks. If you're interested in seeing me in person or coming to a workshop and joining a community of people around you, I'm going to be at the North Central Wisconsin Org chapter on October 12th. And then I'm going to be in Winnipeg, Manitoba, on October 25th and 26th. I'll be there for the Manitoba Music Educators Association, and then also for the Manitoba Org chapter. So I'll be there in a couple of weeks, and I'm excited to share about that. All right, well, Facebook is not talking. Maybe it's because they've like all left. I don't know. Sound cuts in and out. Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, so let me see if I can change something here and if that will help. Who knows? Maybe it's just my computer. Okay, well, the last couple weeks I have been sharing about, maybe this will work. Oh, rats. Good gracious, Facebook is causing issues. Let me see if I can start over. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Who knows? Thanks, Josh. I'm glad you're able to jump over to Instagram. Sorry I wasn't working on Facebook. I don't know. I'm doing literally everything the same. Who knows? Okay. Let me try and get this streaming, and then I'll... if not, I'm just going to go on just Instagram. So, I'll try it. All right, sorry Instagram. We're gonna go for it. So the last couple weeks I've been able to share on, I've been able to do a weekend giveaway. I'm really excited about that. This last weekend was a weekend giveaway for passes to my online courses, and there have been 10 winners. Those winners are Christina Mrachek, Ann Berman, Jody Johnson, Catherine Urso, Katie, who didn't give a last name, but I have her email and she's a Yahoo email address. So Katie, that might be you. Stephanie Gavon, I think. I can't read my handwriting. Madeline Franklin, Erin Halat, Crystal Jensen, and Lauren Voss. I sent emails to all of you. And so if you are a winner, you got that email. If not, check your spam. And if you didn't already get an email from me, and you are a winner for a free pass to one of my courses. I'm asking Facebook, can you hear me again? Okay. So the workshops, the weekend workshop I was at this last week, I just kept thinking about how transformative professional development has been for me in the past, and how I meet great people and I learn great things, and trainings in person and trainings online and all of these things that have really just influenced who I am and who I have become as an educator. And I'm just so thankful for those trainings. And so I'm just thankful also that I can give back and go teach trainings. I can teach levels courses. I've been doing these online courses, and that has been really fun and exciting for me, but also I hope really beneficial so that people can see things and get the training they want on their own time. And one of the things that I've just started doing in the last month is I started a Patreon page where there are a lot more opportunities to just share resources, share content in a different way, more on demand. For some people, that's easier than getting on and doing just one course, just small little things here and there. Whereas if I go, I've been posting all my lesson plans week by week. I've been sharing on the Patreon some of the breakdowns of each video, so you can get more in-depth training if you want that. One of the tiers I've been there, you can get a free bulletin board every month. You get discount to my online courses. There's just a lot of extra things that I've been trying to put in that Patreon. So if you're interested, check it out. You can do a 7-day free trial for one of the tiers, and just sort of get a feel for that. I'll put a link to that on my links page. But it's just something I'm trying that's new that I've never really done before. It's kind of like a course, but instead of just like one specific idea, it's ongoing content. So I'm trying it out. Check it out. See what's there already. It's just a few weeks of content, but I'm going to keep posting throughout the year, so there'll be lots and lots of stuff on there. Every video I have put on there is going to have a written lesson plan that goes with it. So if you want to use that as you build your own lesson plans, it gives you some stuff to build off of, but there's just a lot on there if you're interested. Okay, let's talk about SeeSaw. So my school uses SeeSaw. We have a school account for SeeSaw, and that means that every teacher at my school has the option to have their own SeeSaw. What my school has opted to do is that at my school, the homeroom teacher gets to create their own classroom on SeeSaw, and then they invite all the specialist teachers. So like Mrs. Smith's class, she made her own second grade class, and she invited myself, the art teacher, the tech teacher, the librarian, the PE teacher. We are all co-teachers on her SeeSaw account. And so that means that I can go in, I can see the things that she posts, but also I can post to SeeSaw through that page that she made, which is really great. I don't have to make a huge thing where I'm making my own grade level SeeSaw. I'm just posting through what they have, which is really helpful. And so I go in and I'm able to add whatever I want, communicate with parents, highlight student work, and it's been really helpful. And the nice thing about SeeSaw is that it's a closed account, so that it's password protected, so that if I share something, it's not just out there on social media. It's not just out there for anyone to have. It's only available to parents who have been verified and who are in the system, which is great, which means that I can share student faces, I can share their voices, I can share anything that you would see in the classroom because those parents have signed off and they're a part of our SeeSaw program. So that makes it really helpful. It's nice to be able to share there. So the last year we had this too, and I was struggling all year of like, how much do I share? How do I share? What all can I share? And I kind of came across this idea this year, like I wanted to be a little bit more systematic about how I'm sharing and what I'm sharing. And so a couple weeks into the school year, I really buckled down and made that a goal of mine. How can I be more systematic about what I'm sharing? How can I be specific about what I'm sharing? How can I make sure that I'm sharing something to all grades for all kids? Because my idea, is like I just want to share like little moments from the classroom so that parents can feel a connection. They can like see in our classroom, they can see what we're doing. But I don't want it to become a huge burden, because if I try and commit to too much, then I'm going to feel like, oh my gosh, there's like so much that I should be doing, or I'm not posting enough or whatever. So I just wanted to be thoughtful about it. So at the beginning of the week, I have a plan about what I'm going to share, what I'm going to take pictures of, what I'm going to do, so that I can share with parents and make that connection and not feel overwhelmed. My goal was originally to share something about each student at least once a month, which sounds like nothing at all, right? But if you think about, okay, well, even if I said like, I'm going to do one grade level per week, then I would not get every student every month, right? If I only did one grade, if I did just 5th grade in 1 week, and I have an A through E rotation, so like it's, I see every homeroom once every 5 days. If I did just one grade level per week, I would not get to all students, because there are only 4 weeks in a month, right? So I thought like, well, what if I shared one grade level, what if I shared like 2 or 3 grade levels per week, per rotation? And I thought, can I do that without it becoming overwhelming? How can I do that? What do I need to do? And so I thought, I'm just going to try and map this out and think about like, how could I do this? So one of the things I did was I made, first I grabbed scratch paper and I just like sketched out ideas, and I sort of worked off that for a while. And then I was like, I should formalize this. I'm like actually using this. So what I went in and did was, first I made a template kind of like this. And it says SeeSaw sharing at the top, and it says grade level focus by week. And so I have like week 1, week 2, week 3, and I just written out K through 5. So what I did was, as I was planning on sharing, I just colored in so that as I'm going week by week, I can see like, okay, I shared with kindergarten 1st, 3rd, and 5th this week. The next week I shared with whatever. So as I'm going through, I can kind of see as I'm going like what grades I've shared with. So then if, after 2 or 3 weeks, I realize like I haven't shared with 3rd grade in 4 weeks, like those parents have not had any sort of connection with me. So having this visual here where I can go through week by week, and obviously I've only been doing this for the past 2 weeks on this specific form. I did it on a sketched out sort of janky form for a while, but it shows me like, okay, here's who you've been sharing with. And for some of these grades, it's easy because what I was sharing was really easy to take a picture or capture or send home. So I can see like, oh, I've done every week I've shared with this grade level. But it sort of helps keep me accountable, so I can go, oh, I haven't shared with 1st grade in a long time. And so it helps give me ideas about who I should share with and why. Facebook, I'm really sorry. I don't know. The microphone is not working well, or I don't know, it's a connection. I tested everything before I went live. I don't know. Sorry. I'm really sorry. I would say check Instagram or come back for the podcast. I will try and get that out. Really sorry, Facebook. And then as I realize as I'm saying that, they can't hear that. Okay, so then week by week, what am I going to share? And I started to think like, how can I share things that feel like a good connection to the classroom, but aren't going to take me forever to post and share with parents? And so the first thing I thought was, okay, so what type of content do I want to share? I could share images, just still images of things that are happening in the classroom. I could share videos, I could share posts, I could share student work, I could share all sorts of stuff. So here's some examples. So as I'm thinking about still photos of students, I would think either I'd want to get like group shots or several individual shots, because again, if I'm thinking I want to share for every parent every week, not every week, at least once a month. If I want to share for each student at least once a month, if I'm doing like a group shot, that's going to get them in there. If it's just an individual student, I think like, well, I'll come back and get them next time. What if that's 3 or 4 weeks away? I won't remember. So as I'm like, if they're working on small groups, if they're working in the classroom, I try and rove around and get as many photos as I can and dump all of that into a SeeSaw post with a little caption. If it is, a group shot, again, I just try and share that with a caption. Videos are a little bit trickier because they take a little bit longer to load. I always worry about like, well, do I want to get the perfect moment in the classroom or whatever? And then I realized like parents just want to see and hear in the classroom. They don't care if it's the perfect moment or not the perfect moment. So I try and share as much as I can, and just like take a moment where it's like, oh, it's our opening song to class for kindergarten. Oh, we're going to the farm. Let me just capture a few minutes of singing that song. Or we're doing instrument exploration. Or we're trying a new thing. Or the fifth graders have improvised and they've created a little group movement or a group whatever. I'm going to take videos of those and post those on SeeSaw. It's just, I realize like if I think too much about I want to get this perfect moment, I'm not going to share any moments. And so, my blog is every moment, or Make Moments Matter, right? And my Facebook group is Every Moment Matters. So it's just, the moment doesn't matter if it's perfect or not, because it's probably, you could be like, we're going to retape that. No, just take little moments and share them out. Parents love to see that and even see the process. Plus also they don't know what that like perfect moment looks like. They don't know. They just are seeing what you're sharing. So just take videos of whatever it is you're more comfortable with. You can edit them down to a certain length if you want, or share more. An example of that was my 4th graders are getting ready for their big concert coming up in a month or so. So I took a video of the 50 Nifty United States, just sing this song. Like the first time we like finally put it all together. And then I just snipped out just the states one time through, and I sent that home to parents. Saying like, hey, if you want to hear the rest of this song, you got to come back to our concert on November 7th. So just ideas to like let parents hear what we're singing, see what we're doing, see kids working in action, see their kids, especially if they're like working together in small groups, because then you're not actively teaching. You can more easily take a photo or take a video. And so I like to be able to video those moments so parents can actually see what their kids look like when they're not around working with other kids, because it's, I think, really eye-opening for parents. So I think that's a fun moment. When I take photos, another thing I can do sometimes with photos is I'll take a picture of a book we're reading, or I'll take a picture of a resource we're doing, or like student artifacts. So like last year when we did the song Aiken Drum, kids made their own Aiken Drum. We made a class Aiken Drum. I just took pictures of those and I put them on SeeSaw. It was something that was like not tricky and easy for me to get photos of, to make a connection, to be able to share with parents. So here are some examples of some of the little captions that I'll put on the videos. So like I took a picture about the book Leave Me Alone, which I did several weeks ago. And I just wrote, these last few weeks in kindergarten music, our students have been learning about how to use their voice in different ways. And then I talk about the little puppets we met. First, Peter the Rabbit taught us about speaking voice. Then Flitter the Butterfly showed us how to use our whisper voice. After that, Snowy the Owl came and encouraged us to use our singing voice. And this week, Grizzly the Bear taught us when and when not to use our shouting voice. We learned from Grizzly that you can only use your shouting voice outside, in the gym with permission, or in an emergency. We got one free pass to practice our shouting voice when we read this hilarious book called Leave Me Alone by Vera Brosgol. Ask your students about Peter, the poem he wrote, and what happened along the way. I bet they can speak his poem to you. That was a very, very long caption, but something that took me a minute to write. It was not crazy. Here's another one. Have your students been telling you that we've been taking little mini field trips in music class? Each week we've been going to the farm to meet new animals. Listen in to hear our song about traveling to the farm, our predictions about which animal we'll meet, and the song that our new animal sings. I promise you'll want to watch the end of the video to hear their authentic animal sounds, because we were snorting like pigs that day. And sometimes it's even way less than that. In music class, we're learning about tempo, which means the speed of music. We tried a new song we know, Tideo, at a normal speed, and then played around just a little bit. See the results in the video. It doesn't need to be long, just giving a little bit of context helps parents sort of see what it is their student's doing and make that connection. And then what I'm doing with those captions is I have a note on my iPad that I am, like, one is named kindergarten, and one is named first grade, one is named second grade, one is named third grade, and so fourth grade, fifth grade. So with all of those, I put a little title for myself, like Tideo, or like Tideo, tempo work, or Leave Me Alone book, or Going to the Farm song, so that next year when I'm doing this same thing and sharing it with parents, I'm not going to have to rewrite or write any of these blurbs. I might change them a little bit, but they'll already be there for me to copy and paste and put into SeeSaw. What has really helped with that is I have my iPad, and then I also have a little tabletop stand, which of course I forgot to bring home today, and then this Bluetooth keyboard, which costs like $17, but I have used like the heck out of it as I'm typing onto my iPad. Instead of tapping physically on my iPad, it can connect to my iPad through Bluetooth, and it makes the typing so much easier. So that if I'm giving those descriptions, it's really easy to do. Okay, is SeeSaw perfect? No. Is the sharing worthwhile? Yes. I've had a lot of great parent comments. It's become a lot easier every week as I do it. Another thing that I did is, again, it was originally on scratch paper. Now it's like on paper, but let me show you. I went through and by grade level. So I have this paper where I do week by week that shows, you know, I'm sharing kindergarten this week, first grade this week, third grade, whatever. Another thing I did is I broke down each of my grade levels, and I have each homeroom teacher, A, B, C, D, E day, and I go through and I write out their names, and then if there's a grade level I'm not going to be sharing with that week, I just sort of, you know, scratch it out. But right next to it, this sits on my desk, next to kindergarten, it says Going to the Farm. On first grade, it says Best Mariachi in the World. Second grade, it says Little Sally Walker. It's telling me what I need to video and take a picture of during that class, so that when I get to the class, I'm not fumbling around like, oh, what was I going to share? What was I going to share? It's just a little quick reminder. I take that quick little video, quick whatever, and then at the end of the day, I just share them all at once at the end of the day to different teachers. I don't do it in the moment. I just wait till the end of the day to share that video, or that picture, or that whatever, or that PDF, or that just even a blurb is a fun way to connect with parents. But organizing it like this has definitely helped me. So to know, like, week by week what grade I'm sharing with, and then in that week I can go through and cross out and be like, I got Miss Dolan's class. Yes, I got Miss Kramer's class. And if I miss, I don't feel terrible. Like I'm doing way more than I did last year or the year before. But the checklist there just sort of helps me keep track of things so that I know if I've gotten to someone or not. Okay, well, this was just a few ideas about how you can share on SeeSaw. If you have other great ideas, please leave me a comment, send me an email at makemomentsmatter@gmail.com, or you know, in whatever way you want to connect with me, send me those ideas about how you use SeeSaw. What do you do differently? How do you share photos? How do you share videos? What works really well for you? I'd love to hear more of that because, like I said, I'm still learning. I'm still getting better at this, and the more that I get ideas from y'all, I'm sure the better I will be with my kids too. Sorry, Facebook, for the tech issues. I don't know. I changed nothing from last year or last week, so I don't know. Technology. Sorry, I hope it'll be better next week. I'm working on that. Okay, so I will try again next week for better sound for Facebook. We'll work on that. But Instagram, thanks for coming along with me tonight. Facebook, I'll get you next week. And I hope you'll join me for another Musical Mondays next week, or check out my Patreon where you can see videos and content anytime you want. Get certificates of completion, get lesson plans, all sorts of stuff, freebies. There are a lot of fun things there. And you can do a 7-day free trial. So go check it out. Go see if there's something valuable for you there. And I will see you all next week for another Musical Mondays live video. Bye, everyone.